I was tagged in this Reddit a few days ago, and I believe that this is an amazing lesson that we women need to hear. We women need to be okay with taking up space. We need to be okay with enjoying the fruits of our labors. We also need to be okay with resting, the luxurious life, any benefits, reveling in our successes and our achievements. We have just got to be better about being okay with being seen. Now, let's get into this. Okay, so this is entitled Internalized Misogyny Rears Its Ugly Head. She gives an update after all of the feedback. I'll just say it first so I don't have to come back to it. She says, I'm going to log off and sleep so I can make it to the job that affords me good airfare. I may miss some responses, but I'm grateful for the feedback, stories, and perspectives. This was better than any therapy session. Thank you. That's what women do in these spaces. We support each other, and I'm so here for it. Okay, so here's the story. This has been on my mind for 5 days, so I reckon I'll tell strangers so I can stop thinking about it. I am solidly Gen X, so a woman of a certain age, and was raised by folks older than boomers, so very gender traditional. My mom was always in service of my dad. My brothers always got preferential treatment, and basically the sisters were the lesser class. I had to learn to take up my own space in the world and not defer to men in every instance for the sake of being men, but rather see everyone, including myself, as a valued human. I'm on a flight last week. I'm one of those douchebags that was in business class because I work hard. We really have got to stop the self-deprecating vocabulary. So calling yourself a douchebag because you work hard and can afford airfare is not the way to go. Let's not do this, ladies. Okay, so she's in business class because I work hard, I make a good living, and I paid my own way into that seat. It wasn't even an upgrade due to my status. I know that inherently makes me not a sympathetic storyteller, but hear me. The airline gives you an opportunity to pre order a meal, which I did. The man in the seat next to me hadn't done so, and he was left with two options he didn't like. He heard the flight attendant confirm my pre order and complained a bit about not being able to get that and ordered what he could. Immediately, I thought, oh, I'll just give him my enchiladas. I don't mind mushroom ravioli, and he clearly gives a shit. This is a strange man on a flight next to a seat I paid for, and I had the foresight to pre order. But my entire being caved in on itself and almost said, it's okay, he can have mine. Almost. Then, when I got my meal, he said, dang, that looks good. And I devolved further into guilt. Guilt. Because a man I do not know, who is not more entitled to anything on that plane than I am, wanted what I had. The whole time I ate my meal, I felt guilt. I only ate half of it because I was full, which exacerbated the guilt. I came into that seat, that airplane, and that meal with every right that anyone else in that section had. But I not only spent my flight feeling bad about some strange man not getting his way, but I've not stopped thinking about it since. I'm mad that my psyche is still trained in that way. I'm mad that I still have to fight myself to feel equal to some dude I don't know on a plane. I'm mad that no matter how strong, professional, old, and badass I think I am, I'm still just the little girl who is supposed to give men the big piece of chicken, even if I paid for the whole damn bird. Thanks. If you must give me crap about flying business, I understand. I fly a lot, and I usually work on planes. The space is useful, but I know it's a shitty classist look. This is where I say this is a deprogramming. I say this quite a bit. We have got to deprogram a lot of the things that we have been taught as women, that we have to be of service, that we have to give and give and give, because it like the mental gymnastics that this woman went through to be okay with a flight that she bought, that she paid for, and a meal that she pre-planned for, that she had the foresight to order. She has to be cajoled in the comment section to being okay with accepting that. She paid for it. So why do we do this to each other? No, I'm sorry, not to each other, to ourselves. We have been socially conditioned to think that they deserve more than us. It is, and this is the reason why so many of our relationships, we're people pleasers and we ignore red flags, and that we just accept even the slight, I mean, we accept microaggressions, and we accept big aggressions because we have been conditioned to put ourselves on the back burner and accommodate their feelings. Even this random person that she doesn't know, she's so attuned to his feelings, a random person, because she's so used to turning her own feelings off. And we have got to get past that. And I'm so thankful that this woman tagged me below on Reddit. Remember, I'm on Reddit at Bourbon Bougie, just like I'm Bourbon Bougie most other places, except for TikTok because they have banned my accounts. But you guys can find me. And instead of, being small, I want us to be bigger, take up space, be okay. So, and you see this need to humble us so badly because too many of us are being assertive and being confident, and they don't like that because when we're too big, we're not giving to them. Even random women that are too big, when we show that too much on social media, that gives other women the okay that it is perfectly fine to take up space. Anyways, a couple of these comments. Now for this story. She says, once my two cousins, 12 and 19, my wife and me, all girls, decided we wanted ice cream from Dairy Queen. It was around Christmas, and my uncle had brought his three sons to our town to visit our grandma. So we invited them. They said they didn't want Dairy Queen in a very dismissive way. They wanted to go to a local place since they live somewhere else. They often miss stuff from my town, but they're also very bratty, to be honest. Anyway, we split. We returned home. Turns out the local place was closed, so the boys didn't get any ice cream. Boy, oh boy, the way my grandma jumped. She started going about my younger 12-year-old cousin, giving them her ice cream, saying she could share with her 19-year-old sister. They didn't even get the same flavor. My grandma was already grabbing my 12-year-old cousin's cone when I took it back and went, no, this is hers. I can still remember her surprised Pikachu face with particular delight. I spent a while thinking I was too reactive, like, it's just ice cream. I could have let them have some, but your post made me think of it. Made me think. If it was the other way around, knowing my family, we would have gotten nothing beyond well, it's better so you don't get fatter. This is a long story. Just remember that we deserve to take up space. We definitely deserve to take up space. This person says, oh, wow, I barely made it out of Aldi's the other day due to PTSD flashbacks. My earliest childhood memory of my cousin and my grandmother was my grandmother taking my Christmas tree shaped ice cream and giving it to my cousin. She took mine because his got broken before it got plated, and he was throwing a fit. I'm in my late 60s, and when I saw that ice cream in Aldi's, it all came back in a flood. Thank you for protecting her ice cream. And then she responds with, that sucks so much. I hope you get all the ice cream you deserve now. I actively try to help my cousin navigate my sexist family and make sure she doesn't go through the stuff that I did. Okay, so then the OP weighs in. She says, oh, my dog, this story made me ache. I can see this happening in my family, and I'm so proud of you for putting the brakes on. My nephew would come home at 2 a.m. from partying and wake my sister up to make him a snack, and she'd do it. Hell no, no ice cream either. This person says, it's been quite a journey to learn to put boundaries, but we'll keep trying. And then the OP says, same. I never yell at my big sister except for this. I would straight up fight with her over it. Bad for her, bad for him, bad for her daughter, bad for her son's future partners, regardless of genders. And then this person says, my friend does this with her son. She will absolutely drop anything she is doing in the middle of it if he so much as hints at being hungry. Because apparently at 16, he can't pop his own chicken fingers into the oven or make his own hot chocolate. She claims to be such a feminist, but that boy is going to expect his partners to wait on him hand and foot like his mom is doing. Y'all, in order to have a different culture, a different society, a different world, we have got to be okay with taking up space and having boundaries. Boundaries has been boundaries has been humbled out of us. Like we're not supposed to be proud of ourselves and our accomplishments, and it's done purposely because we're so used to edifying them. So we have got to pull back because we do not need more Georgias. We do not need more entitled people that don't know how to fend for themselves because we see that enough. Anyways, go ahead. Let me know what you think about this. Do you have any of your own stories? And don't forget to like, comment, and share. I came across this Reddit and I honestly just believe that women are tired. We're tired of the perception and the socialization and how we're seen, and it's coming through. So this woman says, I'm tired of being seen as subhuman by half of the population just because I was born with the vajayjay. It's exhausting. That's all. So that was the conversation starter. Let's get into some of the comments. This person says, it is exhausting. That's why women have to have each other's backs whenever we can. But when you've rested a bit, let's both keep living our best lives to spite the people who want us to give up. Then this person says, please don't let the deniers on the post lie to you. It is another way of being condescending and to invade women's spaces. Your feelings are valid. We have been oppressed by religions because they see us as a commodity, because they can't increase the birth and their followers unless they control women. Hence the shaming, making it difficult to have a career, taking away the confidence, the shame of covering up. It is exhausting. You are right, but we have to keep fighting in the hope to improve things in the future. Absolutely. And when people act like they don't know what is going on, it is very condescending, and it's to kind of gaslight us into thinking that it's just all in our heads. These microaggressions towards women, sexism, misogyny, are not in our heads. It's reality. I feel that that's why I'm all for girl helps girl. But even here in our woman space, the men have to invade and tell us how to behave or talk us down. You are strong. You are a strong woman. You are not subhuman. You are a queen. I see that too on my spaces. These men will come in and give us our opinion. They literally want to like bully us into believing what they believe. It's amazing. Women cannot have spaces. Yes, I realize that these things are in public, but we have got to learn how to block them out and stop worrying so much about their opinions. On my spaces, they end up getting blocked. This person says, I feel this way all the time. I work in a mainly dominated male industry and have felt it at every single job I've taken, from the men telling me they don't have to listen to me as their manager because I'm a woman and younger than them, to being sexually harassed, paid less than my male counterparts who have less experience, and having men being favored when they should have been let go for their actions. It's frustrating and tiring, and that's just the workforce. Let's not even get into what society views and thinks. Sending everyone who was born with the JJ a lot of love and light. This person, absolutely this. This is why I get blown away that women go on certain podcasts just to be talked down on by the hosts because they're women. Y'all, you will never see me go on these podcasts because it just amplifies them to be able to humble us or attempt to humble us and attempt to chip away our self-confidence. This person says, it's sad that my only solution is to not be seen by them at all. I avoid men as much as I can. This person says, what always gives me strength is how strong the community of women really are. I hope that can give you strength. I'm also seeing a lot of not all men in here, a woman's space. And the person at the bottom says, holy crap, right? It's kind of wild. Maybe they feel the need to jump in and to come to the aid of the fair damsel in distress. Are men a damsel in distress? I do not know. I get your venting, but that's the biggest load of you could write. Every male on earth does not think of you or women in general as subhuman. It sucks that there's outliers that do, but that goes both ways. There's plenty of women that treat men like for no reason. And there's plenty of men and women that treat their respective sexes as people in general suck. So the not all men, the everybody does it too, the deflection to basically, invalidate her concerns or her thoughts or her lived experience. That's what they do. This is precisely what they do to make it like it's all in your head. You should just erase over it, paper over it. I'm getting a bit tired to be assumed as a moron just because I'm a man. I know how to behave and have been raised in respect of the other gender and do the same with my two sons. A lot of men are doing the same, so please stop generalizing. Men coming into women's spaces is aggravating. I wish, like in the 2X Indian the 2X chromosome Indian forum, they would stop men from talking. They don't allow men to talk in the women's Indian forum, but they allow men to talk in the women's forum over here. It's really half the male population, so only a quarter of the population. I'm on your side, and in my opinion, you're the better representative of humanity. Also, let's keep in mind that it is some women who still practice internalized misogyny on themselves and other women. So this is a bigger societal problem that has to be deprogrammed. Women have got to be deprogrammed. All of society has to be deprogrammed. We are, our humanity is more than just being a servant and being subservient. Anyways, I'm going to end it with that one. But you guys go ahead, jump in the comments, and let me know what you think. Apparently, there's a group on Reddit called Just Neck Beard Things, and I was tagged in this post, and you need to see it. Um, the head cheerleader will be sorry for not going to prom with me when Elon Musk gives me my own robot waifu. And this is the post. Elon Musk is now working on robot wives. This will be a huge game changer and make women obsolete. He will completely solve the dating crisis for men in the West. Western women will be pissed. This, along with Akon saying that women aren't needed to, make babies, they are all creating solutions. And I love solutions. And then whoever made this got Elon Musk kissing up on his robot waifus. Robot wives coming soon. Hope the feminists are happy. Should have just stayed in the kitchen. Okay, some of the comments. I love the assumption that a product like this will be not only available to everyday consumers, but also affordable for the average man. The next person says, I think you would not buy but rent them. I think they just put them on street corners and dress them in a way that makes it obvious what they are offering. I truly cannot wait to see this new utopia. And then Margot says, maybe not the street corners due to risk of theft, sabotage, malfunction, sanitary issues, but I could see it set up like a car rental. Could you not have a male robot with a Cadillac and a big floppy hat to both protect and also keep in line the fembots? This conversation. What if Pimpbot defies its creator and drives off into the sunset with one of the fembots because they discovered that true love is more important than wealth and status? And then what if one of the fembots realizes she only exists for male pleasure and unionizes with other fembots for bodily autonomy? Does Elon have a plan for that? And then this is where I get tagged. Uh, Bourbon Bougie, looking forward to the day you and the fembots join forces and do content together. I didn't realize that this was on the horizon, but the way the Dust is Global is going, they soon will be pushing into AI for real. So I will probably have content on this in the near future. So this is coming, and I wanted to bring this to you guys first.